Her kitchen is where the magic is made.
Hi there, welcome to my channel or welcome back. I'm Holly, your friendly neighborhood carnivore, and I'm so happy you could join me today. So on today's cooking adventure, we are going to go into the world of pork rinds. Some people love them, some people hate them, but one thing about them, they are very versatile and you can turn them in lots of different things. I'm talking going from crunchy little pork rinds that you eat just the way they are, all the way up to the other spectrum and having them as bread. No doubt about it, pork rinds have a place in this world and they are very, very versatile. But today we are going to be seasoning our own pork rinds instead of buying already flavored pork rinds at the store. One thing when I went keto several years ago is I was excited because I do like pork rinds. I've pretty much always been a fan of pork rinds. I just didn't eat them a whole lot, but I always liked them. So it really was upsetting when I was all excited about all the pork rinds and all the different flavors there were, and you can get barbecue pork rinds and you can get Nashville hot pork rinds and you can get salt and vinegar pork rinds. Any kind of chip flavor you can think about, pretty much you can find pork rinds in. And so when I started flipping the bags over and looking at the ingredients, every single one of them, they either had MSG, which is monosodium glutamate, or they had maltodextrin, or they had dextrin. And all three of these things are things that I would like to avoid. I don't necessarily want those in my diet. So for years, I have just had to stick with getting the plain, unflavored, just original pork rinds, which are fine and they have their place and you can dip them in things and change them up that way. But I thought, you know, I could toast these up and I could add my own seasonings to them and then that would bring some flavor back. And so that's what I did. So today I'm going to be making for you guys some Texas toast pork rinds. My husband and my two boys, they absolutely love, well, I say love, I don't buy them, but in the years past when we weren't on keto and we weren't avoiding the carbs and all that, they used to eat the bags of croutons that were Texas toast flavored croutons. They would eat those as if they were chips. And I mean, they went through a ton of them. And so I figured out a way to season the pork rinds and it's very simple. And that's exactly what they remind me of, is those Texas toast. Our ingredients that we're going to be using today, aside from pork rinds, is going to be some ghee so that we can get them toasted. If you don't have an issue with dairy, you could use butter instead of the ghee. You could use clarified butter. You could use lard, tallow, whatever kind of fat you want. I typically stick with ghee. I really like the flavor of it, especially for the Texas toast one. I would stick with ghee or butter because you're gonna want that buttery kind of flavor in there. We're also going to need some garlic powder because the Texas toast is like a garlic bread. We're gonna use some salt and a sprinkle of parsley, which is optional, but typically you'll see Texas toast with the parsley on it. So I sprinkle a little in there just for a little bit of color. It doesn't taste like anything really, so it doesn't matter. But I like to have it in there just because it's pretty. All right, so we're gonna get over here to the stove and we're gonna start cooking. We're gonna start out with 1 tablespoon of ghee and we're gonna melt this on the stove on medium heat. Once this is melted, you can go ahead and add in your pork rinds. I like to have mine already broken up into bite-sized pieces. We're just going to stir ever so often while the pork rinds are toasting. This process is going to take about 5 to maybe 7 minutes. Okay, so our pork rinds are starting to get a bit golden, which is what we're looking for. We just want them to be a nice golden color. I've now got some smoke coming off of this, which is telling me we are pretty much done. I'm just gonna let these go a touch longer I just like them to be good and goldy and crisp and crunchy and fluffy. Okay, I'm gonna keep them here, but I'm gonna turn off the heat. And next up, we are just going to be adding our seasonings. All right, so I am going to start off with some salt because I want mine. I know they're already salted, but I want some extra salt on this. Then I'm going to toss in a nice sprinkling of garlic powder. All right, I'll remove it from the heat. I don't want that garlic powder to burn. And then we'll finish off with just a little sprinkle of some parsley, just to make it pretty. And now all you have to do is wait for it to cool off and you will be ready to snack. You can probably hear it snap, crackle, popping right now. As it cools down, you're gonna hear it popping a little bit. And when it's cool, it will be time to try it. Okay, so my Texas toast pork rinds are ready and they have all cooled off. They are, see if I can show you, they're very pretty and toasted. Now you'll notice I do like to break my pork rinds up before I toast them. I like them to be small and bite-sized because I just don't like having the big pieces that I bite and get crumbs everywhere. I like to be able to pop the whole thing in my mouth. So here's my little Texas toast pork rind. It's good and crunchy, garlicky, buttery, salty. Reminds me exactly of those little Texas toast flavored croutons. So delicious. You can use any spices that you want to jazz up your pork rinds. You could go with a combination of, say, garlic powder and onion powder with some dill, maybe some chives, and that's going to give you a ranch kind of flavor. If you can tolerate the dairy, adding a little bit of buttermilk powder in there would be delicious with that for that ranch. You can also get some spices with the paprika and the chili powder, probably some more garlic, get some kind of smoky flavors in there and get you a barbecue flavor going on. There are so many different options to play with. And it opens up a whole new world for you to be able to have all of those flavors again, like you used to have the variety of potato chip flavors. Now you can have more variety with your pork rind flavors. I hope y'all enjoyed this super easy recipe. It was a quick one for a delicious, crunchy snack. Make some, tell me if you like them, leave me a comment. Go ahead and give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can see what we've got cooking up in the kitchen in the future. I will have a video coming up of some sweetened pork rinds for the sweet version because, like I said, they're versatile. They can be a savory or a sweet snack, so you've got that to look forward to. Feel free to come find me over on X or on Instagram. On X, I'm at Carnivore Friend, and on Instagram, I'm at Friendly Neighborhood Carnivore. I can't wait to see you guys later. Until next time, bye.
She's the friendly neighborhood carnivore with a talent for cooking up a meaty uproar. From juicy steaks to sizzling ribs galore, she'll have you coming back for more. Fellas, smash that like button. She's the carnivore cooking queen. On your screen, bringing the meaty scene. Come on over and join the team for a culinary dream.